Pamilya, and I will be your host this afternoon. Earlier, we witnessed the awarding of this year's winner of the Madrigal Gonzalez Best First Book Awards. And now, we will get to know more captivating stories and thought-provoking pieces that were selected to be a part of the 17th issue of the Likaan Journal. But before we start, and without further ado, we once again invite in front the director of the Institute of Creative Writing, Dr. Romulo P. Bakiran, to give his opening remarks on the launch of the Likaan 17. Please give him a warm round of applause.
Magandang gabi, ayun, ikaw din. Welcome sa launching ng Likaan 17. Wala pa yung physical copy, meron lang tayong mga advanced copies, pero natutuwa kami na i-launch na ito. No? Itong Likaan ay special na publication kasi mahigpit ang pagpili dito. No? Merong ilang levels yun, 3 level ng pagpili, ano? Mula doon sa managing editor, tapos ang mga editors, and then babasahin ulit ng 3 blind referee system. Ibig sabihin, hindi kilala dapat ng mga authors kung sino yung mga tawag doon, mga referees ang tawag, you know? 3 hanggang 4 na referees, 2 sa bawat language. Ano? Pamana ito ng dating chancellor, sino nga ba yun? Kumalala, no? Pero siya ay very generous. Sabi niya, bigyan natin itong Likaan Journal ng sapat na budget, bayaran ang bawat author ng tulaman yon, short story o essay, bigyan natin ng tig sa 10,000. So, merong bawat author, 20 authors. So, ma-imagine nyo yun kung gaano dapat pa ang pagpili dahil merong sapat na budget para sa mahusay na mga akda. At nitong nakaraang taon, merong mga group of readers na interesado dito sa likhaan, mga estudyante from Ateneo, at nasabi nila na mga readers ito ng college at wide readers din, at sabi, iba pala talaga ang laman ng likhaan kasi hindi nababasa sa karaniwang publikasyon sa Pilipinas. Hindi nila usually nababasa ang ganitong mga advanced style ng pagkukwento, pagtula at pagsusulat ng essay. So mataas talaga ang level ng quality ng mga natatanggap dito sa likhaan. Kaya isang malaking pagdiriwang ngayong gabi ang paglulunsad dito. Congratulations sa mga authors na natanggap, sa mga nagtrabaho din ng halos isang taon mula sa pagpili hanggang sa publikasyon, design, pagbati sa lahat, at pagbati rin sa mga mambabasang makakatanggap later ng kopya. At ito naman ay i-upload sa ating UP website, kaya paglabas ng hard copy, mga 1 week after, mga bandang late December or early January, mababasa na natin ito at matadownload at mababasa sa ating mga sari-sariling stream. Pagbati sa lahat.
Thank you very much, Dr. Romulo P. Bakiran Jr., for those opening remarks. Once again, we would like to remind everyone that the Likaan 17 is live online on the journal portal of UP Diliman. But fret not, we will get a physical copy of the journal sometime next month or in January. So just keep posted and we will announce once you will get your physical copies. And now, once again, we would like to invite some of our audience here. I know it's been a really fun afternoon, eating, and nangangustahan tayo sa mga kakilala nating writers na nakasilmuhan natin ngayon. But you can please move in front kasi later, magkakaroon tayo ng performances and excerpts from the Likaan 17 Journal at hindi nyo yan mapapanood ng maayos from these seats. Yun lang. Pero we really invite you to move in front and occupy the seats here and tables here in front. Anyway, without further ado, we now move forward to discussing how the Likaan Journal this year came to be, the 17th issue of our journal. And we now like to invite in front our associate editor for the Likaan 17, Mr. Charleston Ong, to discuss with us how the journal came to be. Please give him a warm round of applause.
Magandang hapon at actually si Bowman Guillermo was the general editor. I edited the English, no? The contributing. So as usual, maraming namang contributors, and we had to medyo had a hard time also, no? Combing through all the submissions with readers. So one of the things that siguro I noticed, maraming experimentation going on. And I think this was also the result of maybe the pandemic. So maraming experimentation. I think you will notice that in this issue, in both languages, there's a lot of boldness also. Marami mga bagong paraan, no, ng communications na ginagamit na ng mga younger writers. So I hope now we can always we remain at the cutting edge, no, of writing in the Philippines. That is yun ang bakay, no, ng likaan, is to be there and be sort of the cutting edge, the leader, to publish new stuff, and especially things that will mahirap i-publish sa ibang platforms, ibang journals. So yun lang, at maraming salamat. Hope you enjoyed the book.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charleston Ong, for introducing us to how the Likaan 17 came to be. I think it wasn't an easy selection process as discussed by Dr. Bakiran earlier, since there were a lot of entries, and we want to make sure, of course, that the entries, the works, the pieces that are going to be published in the issue are the cream of the crop of Philippine literature. Nonetheless, as we await the physical copies, and even as the journal is already online, we will be graced this afternoon by 2 excerpt readings from our journal. So now, first off, we'd like to invite on stage Eric John Between to read an excerpt of the essay, Ang Batang Pusit. Please give him a big hand.
Hello. Thank you. So, just a little background about my essay. Isa siya sa mga requirements because of sa MP subject, MP. So, I would like to say thank you muna sa mga prof ko, kay Doc Ortiz, kay Ma'am Elira Toralba, na tumulong sa akin mag-edit nito eventually and ma-publish. Thank you. Ang Batang Pusit. Unang lunok at bipang shenanigans. Kinagabihan ng araw na iyon, handa na ako. Bago ko inumin ang unang tableta ko ay tumawag ako kay Kuya Enzo. Sinabi niya lang sa akin na isipin kong ako si Darna at nanggamatay ang bato. Mungkahi pa nga niyang sumigaw ako ng Darna ala Regine Velasquez para nasa karakter daw. Bago ko inumin ang tableta, may ilang segundong nagbumuni-muni ako. Ito bang tableta na ito ang mahirap lunukin? Pang katotohanan, isa akong pusit. At sa oras na inumin ko ang Gamot na ito ay mag-iiba na rin ang takbo ng aking buhay. Hindi ko alam. Bahala na. Ako, ang tubig at ang tableta, ang tatlong pangunahing katotohanan sa eksaktong parehong oras. 30 minuto makalipas ang pag-inom ko, wala naman ako nararamdamang side effect. Naantabayanan ko dahil ito ang madalas na hinaing ng mga nakausap ko. Lumipas ang 1 oras, nagsimula nang uminit ang pakiramdam ko. Nararamdaman kong mula sa dibdib ay umaakyat papunta sa sentido ko ang init. Ilang sandali pa, ang init ay naging liyab. Walang literal na apoy sa paligid ko o malapit sa akin, pero para akong sinusunog ng buhay. Umiikot na ang paningin ko. Ito ba ang sinasabi nilang mapupunta sa impyerno? Hindi ganito ang inaasahan ko. Ilang minuto pa ang lumipas. Sobrang init pa rin ang pakiramdam ko. Mauubos ko na ang tubig sa pitchel pero ganun pa rin ang pakiramdam. Bagamat ako ay tila nalalapnos, dala ng tabletang natutunaw sa aking tiyan, ramdam ko ang init ng likidong dumadaloy mula sa aking mga mata. Kinaumagahan, matapos ang unang gabing groggy ako sa gamot, ay tumawag ako kay Kuya Enzo. Ikinukwento ko ang karanasan ko at ang aking naramdaman. Hot flashes daw ang tawag doon. Minumungkahi niyang kung walang aircon ng bahay, magbabad raw ako sa tubig kahit na 30 minuto o kaya ay isabay ko na ang pagligo. Pinaalala pa rin niya sa akin ang mga habilin ng doktor tuwing iinom ng gamot. Mahaba pa ang lalakbayin ko. Ang mahalaga ay nagawa ko na ang unang hakbang. Hindi naging madali ang mga sumunod na araw para sa akin. Binibiro ko na lamang si Kuya Enzo na para bang may free trial na ako sa impyerno dahil nga bakla ako. At panigurado namang tatawanan niya ako, pero hindi nakakatawa ang realidad. Ang mga pagkakataong pilit ng inluluwa ng katawan ko ang gamot. Sa bawat pagsubok na lulukin ang gamot ay agarang mapoproseso sa utak ko na ang apoy ang kaakibat ng isang tableta at lalapnos. At paglapnos ang katumbas nito. Minsan ay hindi kinakaya ng tubig ang init. Wala akong alam kung paano gumagawa ng chemical reaction ng gamot na tubig sa katawan ko. Pero sigurado na sa bawat hagod ng tubig ay may kakambal itong init na gumuguhit sa kalamnan ko. Kinalaunan ay hindi na lamang hot flashes ang nakikita kong side effect ng gamot. Nagkakaroon na rin ng pagkakataong nakararanas ako ng vivid dreams o yung mga panaginip na tila ba totoong nangyayari. Madalas mabanggit ng nanay ko na napapansin niya raw akong may extra movements tuwing natutulog. Kung minsan ay sumisinghap na. At akala niya ay nalulunod ako, hindi niya batid ang nangyayari sa mga panaginip na iyon. Pinaglalaroan ako ng tabletang iniinom ko bago matulog. Kinakalikot ito ang kaibuturan ng aking isip. Ang mga bagay na aking kinatatakutan ay malimit na nagpapakita sa mga panaginip na iyon. Maging ang mga traumatic na pangyayari sa buhay ko ay tila ipinapanood sa akin ng mga panaginip na iyon. Hindi na lamang pisikal na manifestasyon ang inuusig ng gamot sa akin, kundi maging ang aking mentalidad na kalusugan. Dumating din sa puntong kailangan kong bumisita sa mga psychiatrist. Hindi na lamang ang virus sa dugo ko ang aking kalaban. Maging ang aking pag-iisip ay dumagdag sa mga bagay na dapat kong pagtagumpayan. Hindi ko agad nagkaroon ng tiyak na diagnosis dahil wala akong pera at salapi para formal na magpa-therapy at mag-maintenance ng gamutan para dito. Pero alam kong libo ang gagastusin sa bawat session na iyon. Idagdag pa ang mahal na presyo ng mood stabilizers na hindi basta-basta mabibili sa mga butika sa kanto. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Eric, for that really wonderful essay that we get to read now on the Likhaan 17. It's always good to see young writers getting published in the journal. And now, of course, for our second excerpt reading, we now call on stage Julia Howe to read an excerpt of Sex Alphabet. Please give her a warm round of applause.
Ayan. Magandang hapon po. Ako si Julia Howe. Isa po akong third-year creative writing student sa Ateneo. Pangalan po ng aking akda ay Sex Alphabet. At Ito po ay pinasa ko no ako ay second year sa aking unang-unang non-fiction workshop. Ito po ay isang tinatawag naming hybrid na essay dahil pinagsama-sama niyo po ang ibang genre including poetry. It's also ang unang-unang parang work na feeling ko naging experimental ako. It's basically a retelling of my childhood to young adulthood after my early exposure to pornography. And just to give some excerpts to ano yung tsura ng work sa mismo loob niya. Ito ay something na tinry ko rin mag-experiment with spatial and textual relations and how it affects the reader's experience. I also tried to do some different ways of writing and how language can intersect with each other, like internet language, journaling language, internal language, and even poetic language. So that's a brief background on my writing process then on Sex Alphabet. And ngayon, I'm going to read an excerpt of Sex Alphabet. Aggressive, ahegaw, amateur, anal, anime girls, ass-eating, as abusive as it gets, Asian fetish, Asian girl watches porn for the first time. They came in glimpses, quick and in small amounts, building up to a whole glob. It was the orgy on my uncle's computer screen, that mass of limbs, flesh, and skin rubbing on each other, a congestion of sex. Too immersed in the immorality of it all, my uncle let me watch. 5 years old with no mommy or daddy at home to keep home, I stood in awe of these naked bodies and the movements they made with each other. 360p through the 2007 computer screen. 10 seconds in and a woman screams, garbled through the cheap speakers. Up and down she continues. Finally, it clicks in my uncle. There is a child. He kicks me out of the room. I stay at the door, listening. The woman continues screaming. It was in one of the neighborhood kids' Motorola flip phone. That flash image of a woman's vulva. That black hairy patch of skin opening shyly to layers of red petaled flesh. This kid, I used to play with him. Grade 6 seemed so old for a 5 or 6-year-old. He showed the picture to us all as we gathered in a circle. No one asks where he got it. The older boys rave, hands cupping their crotches through their basketball shorts. The younger ones stared, learning. It was a looped ad of a woman getting fucked from behind. Yes, give me more. A penis increasing triple its size. Gusto mo ba palakihin ang iyong tite? A cute anime girl with huge breasts rubbing them together, making the big titties jiggle and the sweaty skin shimmer. Oh, senpai, not like this. I look so embarrassing and naughty. It was on my computer, in the kids' gaming sites. Let's play dress up, take off my clothes. It was in the unlabeled CDs, burned, seared into my mind. It was in our house, in my school. This is how I learned. It was in our playground. It was in my head, in my mind. It was in me all this time. I have felt dirty my whole life. Thank you. That's Sex Alphabet for you.
Thank you very much, Julia, for your courage in sharing that piece. I'm honestly speechless just listening to that. And of course, not only the content, but also the experiment informs really an intriguing piece. And now, of course, now that we have heard just a sneak peek of two of the pieces that we will get to see in the Likhaan 17, we will now get to know the people who made this issue possible, from our editorial team down to our contributors. So now, as we call your names, kindly proceed here up on stage. So for our editorial team, sadly, he cannot be here with us, but we have our issue editor, Dr. Ramon G. Guillermo. As for associate editors, we have Mr. Charleston Ong and Mr. Eugene Y. Evasco. Please come up on stage. For our managing editor, we have Christian Hill R. Benitez. For our literary calendar and selected bibliography of literary works, we have Jose Monfred C.C. The cover art of and book design of this year, the Likhaan 17th issue, is by R. Jordan Santos. Our copy editors for this issue are Nestor D.R. de Guzman and Mon Santa Cruz. And our publication assistant for Delikhaan 17 is Cyril Viel V. Noronia. Isa, where are you? Please come up on stage if you're... Oh. So, as we await Sir Eugene and Miss Sai to come up on stage. Yep. Kayo pero ano? So ladies and gentlemen, here are some of the people from the editorial team who made the Delikhaan 17 issue possible. Please give them a big hand. And of course, this issue would not be complete without the contributors who submitted their works and passed through the selection process and are now being published in our journal. So, if you're here, please come up on stage to have your picture taken with the other contributors. We have John Patrick Alinyagi, Davidson Nadringan Bangkil, Eric John Between, who read us the excerpt earlier, Emmanuel Jason Y. V. Bolata, please come up on stage. Nikki Manzano Kabugao, F. Jordan Carnis, Andrew Bonifacio Elclete, Christian Sandon Cordero, Krisha I. De La Cruz, Raj De Guia, Abner Dormiendo, Erica Flores, Oster Rex Gamao, Janil Garcia, Julia Howe, who also read us an excerpt earlier, N.H. Legaspi, Kokay Lumbao Jr., Priscilla Supnet Macan Santos, Francisco Arias Montesanya, Gio John A. Navarro, Adrian Medina Pregonier, J. Jomar F. Quintos, Dominic C., Ronaldo Soledad Vivo Jr., Pete Lacaba, Nico Angeles, Chris Lacaba, Daniel Mads Madrid, our photographer. Please also come up on stage so that you may have your picture taken as and Villasis, Jaime Calma, and Brian Sulikipan. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, here are some of the contributors for the 17th issue of Likhaan. Give them a big warm round of applause. Please stay on stage and we invite back our members of the editorial team to have your picture taken with our contributors. Congratulations to our editorial team and our contributors for making this issue of Likhaan possible. Just a reminder, everyone, that the issue of Likhaan is now available online at the UPB Journal portal, but you will get your physical copies this December, next week, or at least until January. So please stay tuned and we will announce when you will get your physical copies. Now that we are done launching the Likhaan 17 journal, we will now proceed to introducing the titles, the very, very interesting and diverse range of titles for our Philippine Writer Series and Philippine Translator Series. And to introduce this year's titles, these new titles that are going to be published, we now have Dr. Vladimir B. Gonzalez, the Deputy Director of the UP Institute of Creative Writing. Please give him a big hand. Hello po.
Okay po ba tayong lahat? Okay pa nga. Maraming salamat po sa pagpunta. Paalala lang po na may mga gawain at aktibidad pa. May mga pakulo pa mamayang gabi. So sana po iba kayo umalis pagkatapos ng paglulunsad natin. Kailangan din pong banggitin na may photo booth po tayo sa labas. Pwede po tayo magpa-picture para meron tayong paalala ng pagtitipong ito. Huwag kayong malis dahil may pagkain na libre. Pagkatapos po ng journal launch, meron po tayong concessionaire. So yung nandiyan po, Wild Coffee, kung gusto nyo ng kape, talagang plug-in lang po talaga to ng ating mga sponsors at collaborators habang ihinahanda ang pagpapakilala ng Philippine Writers Series. At speaking of, syempre, meron tayong booksellers na nasa likod kasama ang ating katuwang sa pagbuo ng Philippine Writers Series at Philippine Translator Series, ang University of the Philippines Press. Nariyan po, ang Philippine Writer Series, ito po ay proyekto ng likhaan, UP Institute of Creative Writing, na may layunin magtampok at maglimbag ng mga book-length na publikasyon mula sa mga manunulat sa Pilipinas. Sa umpisa, mailalahok sa posibleng publikasyon ang sino mang naging bahagi ng taon ng UP National Writers Workshop, ng UPICW. Sa kasalukuyan, ibinukas na ang panawagan at ang proyektong ito sa sino mang naging bahagi ng mga programang Literature for Social Development. Nung COVID, ang tawag sa amin at sa mga proyekto namin ay Literature for Social Recovery Beyond COVID-19. So umbrella term lang po para sa lahat ng ginagawa ng UPICW. Itong PWS ay pagpapatuloy lamang sa simulain ng UP Likhaan noong late 90s. Revival po actually ang Philippine Writer Series. Ito po ay pinasimulan ng ating pambasang alagad sa sining sa panitikan, si Sir Hemino Abad, Sir Jimmy, at sa pakikipag-usap sa UP Press na kinakatawan noon ni Professor Laura Samson. Ito ay unang ilunsad kasama nga po ng University of the Philippines Press na kinakatawan ng mga taong nabanggit. Bukod sa mga naging fellow ng UP National Writers Workshop, tinatampok na rin ang likang sining ng mga naging kasapi o kasalukuyang kasapi ng UPICW. Sa kasalukuyan, pinagpapatuloy namin ang ganitong tradisyon. Bagaman pinili rin ng ibang mga UPICW fellow na gamiting lunsaran ang PWS para sa mga antolohiya ng iba't ibang manunulat, gayon din ang pagpupugay sa mga dati nitong kasapi katulad ng nakapilang antolohiya. Hindi na po nakapila, actually naprint na po. So maraming salamat sa UP Press sa mabilis na pagkilos. Mabibili na po ninyo yung PWS book na natampok ang mga aralin sa liksik kaugnay sa panitikang pambata at alay kay Rene O. Villanueva. Sa panahon ng COVID-19, sa inisyatiba ng dati naming direktor na si Rolando P. Tolentino, pinasimulan din ang panawagan para sa mga proyektong pagsasalin na nasa antas ng libro. Ang haba, ngayong taon, inaasahang magbunga at nailabas na rin ng ilan sa mga unang natanggap para sa Philippine Translator Series. Bagaman may dagdag na salimuot sa wika at logistics, 2 set ng copy editors, 2 set ng everything kasi po ay translation project, masaya kaming may pag-usad at naipagpapatuloy ito sa tulong ng mga fellow at kawani ng UPICW, gayon din sa suporta ng tanggapan ng Chancellor sa UP Diliman at ang Opisina ng Pangulo ng Universidad ng Pilipinas. At ngayon po, ipapakilala ang mga nailabas o malapit ng lumabas pagdating ng Enero. Una po ay mula sa Philippine Writer Series at susunod po sa Philippine Translator Series. Makikita po nyo sa ating mahiwagang screen ang listahan at pabalat ng mga librong nabanggit. Una po, ang Turno Kong Nocturno ni Lamberto Antonio. Next po, narito po kasama natin yan, Tugtugan Pamorningan, Susan Claire Agbayani. Hey! At mula sa ICW, Tokhang at iba pang sanaysay ni Sir Vim, Victor Emmanuel Carmelo Nader. Okay po, next slide po. Makikita ninyo ang ibang set ng mga manunulat. The Burden of the Oral and Other Reviews ni Jose Neil Garcia. Palakpakan po tayo. Tabyog Saway Kinutuban, Singing Without End, Adonis Dorado. Nandyan din po, nasa bandang likod, Patining at iba pang sanaysay, Soliman Agulto Santos. Maraming fans. Tapos, next po, nariyan din, Lady in Red, Nanay and the Moon, Poetry for Children, Nanay and the Moon, Poetry for Children, Elida Loyola Salanga. Pagbati na, maraming fans, ayaw bumagsak sa subject. May mga estudyante po kasi kami dito. Siyempre, kailangan palakpakan ito pagkat ito ang aming boss mula Ilog at iba pang kwento. 13th month pay ng contractuals, baka naman. Sir Romulo P. Bakiran Jr. Mainit na mainit, materialis sa komplisidad, Amado Anthony Mendoza o si Arlo Mendoza. Okay po, pagpapatuloy po, narito po, pwedeng magpa-autograph, pwedeng bumili. Hanggang sa asawa at anak, pwedeng mag-autograph din. Nariyan po sila kasi. Pagbati po kay Eric Pingol para sa Kumay Sining sa Pagkabulok. Kakalabas lang din po, Bata, Hiwaga, Bansa, pamana rin ni Rene O. Villanueva sa Panitikang Pambata. Nariyan po ang ating patnukod na isa, si Eugene Y. Evasco at Chino Marlo Sayuno. Abangan din po natin ang babasahing Jun Cruz Reyes ng ating love na si Jun Cruz Reyes. Okay po, last wave na po. Meron po tayong Antikatha, agos sa eksperimental na kwento sa Pilipinas, pinamatnugutan ni Rolando Tolentino at Romel Rodriguez. Po. Parating na rin po, A Row of Lamps ni Jaime Dasca Doble. At yung huli, looks good, ano? Parang maganda po siya, no? Ang paglalakbay ni Prinsipe Bagari ni Aina Isabel Namolete at Vladimir Gonzalez. Parang yummy po yung writer na yun. Ang sarap. At pagbati rin po siyempre sa series editors para sa taong ito, Dr. Romulo Bakiran at Dr. Luna Sikat Pleto. Meron din pong mainit-init pa na sa ating booth ng UP Press ang Philippine Translator Series. At abangan po natin yung mga kasunod na napili. Pagbati po muna, of course, kina Sir Joey at kay Sir Roland Tolentino, series editors ng proyektong ito. Publication assistant, si Mad, si Daniel Madrid. Ayan. Kala nyo okay pa yan, pero nginig-ginig na yan sa pagod para mailabas sa mga librong ito. Kaya pagbati po sa lahat. Una po sa book cover natin ay libro ni Esther Tapia na isinalin ni Merly Alunan. Ang pamagat po ay Hubad. So, nariyan po sa booth ng UP Press. Palakpakan po natin. Ang susunod po ay Benjamin ni Angel Magahum, tagasalin John Barrios, at pangatlo po ay Lumalabay Nga Daw Aso, isang pagsasalin sa mga katutubong awit ng tatlong etnolinguistikong pangkat ng Romblon. Sherwin Perlas po ang ating tagasalin. Pinakapangan po natin sila. Ang natitira pong dalawa sa pila at asahan po ninyo yung iba pang nasa pipeline ay aandal na po very very soon, pero meron po tayo last two titles. Ang Panginoon na mga alon ng ating kasamang si Telesforo Songkit. Palakpakan po natin si John Songkit. At inaalala natin ang kanyang buhay at panulat. At sa huli po ay sa Bagani Upog, piling maikling kwento ni Reynaldo Duque ng mga tagasali na si Roy V. Aragon, Junly L. Lazaga at Ariel S. Tabag. Palakpakan po natin sila. Muli, pagbati at pasasalamat sa lahat ng mga manunulat, sa mga opisyal ng UP Diliman at UP System, lalo pa sa mga kawani at opisyal ng University of the Philippines Press, mula kay Director Janine Garcia hanggang sa kasalukuyang Direktor. Magsi-speech po ba? Hindi. Kunwari hindi ako naririnig. Takot mag-speech po ang ating Direktor na si Galileo E. Zafra. Salamat po sa inyong lahat. At sa mga manunulat, pagbati po. Mamaya po may photo op po tayo. Huwag kayong umalis. Maraming salamat pagbati sa lahat para sa mayaman at makabuluhang proyektong ito.
Maraming salamat po, Dr. Vladimir B. Gonzalez, for introducing the titles of the Philippine Writers and Translator Series this year. But of course, these books would not be complete if not for the editorial team that made them possible to see print, of course. So now we invite on stage, and please come up on stage as we call your name, the editorial team of the Philippine Writers Series. Our series editors include Rolando B. Tolentino, once again on stage, Vladimir B. Gonzalez, Director Romulo P. Bakiran Jr., and Luna Sikat Pleto. Our publication assistants for the Philippine Writers Series include Maylene Soriano, and once again, Cyril Viel V. Noronha. Our book designers are Zenaida Ebalan and Alvin Encarnacion. And our team of copy editors include Grace Benco, Regine Gonzalez, Mon Santa Cruz, Rian, and our copy editors include Alia Mongaya, Genevieve Asenjo, Hermelinda Bulong, Christopher Esquejo, and Kem Pantorilla. Once again, the editorial team of the Philippine Translator Series. Please give them a big hand. Thank you to our editorial team. The titles you've seen earlier are available at the UP Press booth down at the back. So please, if you have some cash to spare, please buy those books right now because they're fresh and hot off the press. But of course, at the same time, we want to also recognize the titles that were published under the Philippine Writers and Translators series during the past years. We had the COVID-19 pandemic, so unfortunately, we didn't have this kind of gathering to recognize those titles. So now we have from 2019 to 2020 of the Philippine Writers series, we have Dr. Butch Dalisay's A Richness of Embarrassment and Other Essays, Eugene Vasco's Buklat/Mulat. If you can come up on stage, Sir Eugene. That's Janil Garcia's Busilak, Vladimir B. Gonzalez, once again, sa kanto ng Makabud at Mangame Eskwela, and Ana Felicia C. Sanchez picks Or It Didn't Happen. Here are the titles of the Philippine Writers series from 2019 to 2020. For 2020 to 2021, marami-raming titles. During the year of the pandemic, productive ang ating mga manunulat. We have Shane Carrion in Praise of Wilderness, Frank Simatu, Bird Catching in Sagada and Other Poems, Adonis Dorado, An Nakayatak, Kay Nayatakan, Miss Rafael Pagela, Brown Hole, Priscilla Sopnet Macasantos, Departures, Sandel Virtuoso Agueles, 12 Claybird Selected Poems, Genevieve L. Aseno, Hindi Natun Kinahagan Kundurong at Tinaga sa Atun Tingang Giat, or Hindi Natin Kailangan ng Maraming Salita sa Ating Pagitan, Joy Barrios sa Aking Pagkadistiyero, Christian Sendon Cordero, Bukal sa Loob, Loob ng Bukal. We also have Vincent John Cruz Rubio, Paspas, Mga Kwentong Syudad, Romulo P. Bakiran Jr. for Aishtimas, Mga Dagling Sanaysay sa Danas, Japan, Dr. Cristina Pantoja Hidalgo, What I Wanted to Be When I Grew Up, Janil Garcia for Lamios, Vim Ladera, Gadading Noo, and Sir Jun Cruz Reyes, Panagkoy Pagtutol. We are just waiting for Sir Jun for come up on stage to join our other writers for the Philippine Writers series. Thank you very much to our writers who published these titles for the Philippine Writers Series 2020 to 2021. And we now have titles for 2021 to 2022. Ano pa ba? Yeah. So now we have Clarissa V. Militante, State of Happiness, Eliza Victoria, What Comes After, VJ Alquisola for Stowing Ikaw Ay Tahimik, Arvin Abejo Manguhig, The Lost Cats of Maginhawa, Poetry from Filipino Suburbia, Sigrid Marian Gayangos, Laot Stories, Zeno AD, Chuck Berry J. Pascual, Bayan ng Mga Bangkay, Rosmond Tuazon sa Pagitan ng Mga Emergensiya, Yuzi Eliserio, Tatlong Larawan at iba pang maikling kwento. We also have Lamberto E. Antonio, Mga Sulat, Will P. Ortiz, Rowena P. Festin, Maricris T. Magaling, Vladimir B. Gonzalez for Liwanag at Itim, Eugene Y. Evasco, Lata ng Salagito, Rolando B. Tolentino, German Villanueva Gervasio, and John Waria for Violente, Mga Bagong Kata sa Danas ng Dahas at Banwa, Luna Sikat Cleto, Kuni at Pakpak, and Vim Ladera. Kumusta 2020? Once again, we invite our writers to please come up on stage to be recognized for a photo opportunity. Sala, Adeva Jade Esparago Calidas, NH Legaspi, and Ralph Samino Galan. Karagahan Buda, ibang mga premyadong obra, translated by Jaime Jesus Borlagtan. Now, we have known the titles of the Philippine Writer Series and the upcoming titles of the Philippine Translator Series. We would like to invite everyone for the authors of the 2023 Philippine Writer Series to please come up on stage for a photo opportunity with our other authors as well as our editorial team, if you like to also come up on stage. So once again, we would like to invite the authors of the 2023 Philippine Writer Series on stage. Turno kong Nocturno by Lamberto Antonio, if he is around. Susan Claire Agbayani for Tugtugan Pamorningan. Sir Rimladera is not here, unfortunately, for Tukang at iba pang nanlabang sanaysay. The Burden of the Oral and Other Reviews. Sir Janiel Garcia is also not here. Adonis Dorado, Soliman A. Santos, Elira L. Salanga Toralba for Nanay and the Moon, Poetry for Children. Mula Sir Joey Bakiran for Mula Ilog at Iba Pang Kwento. Amado Anthony G. Mendoza III for Matalyares sa Komplisidad. Kung May Sining sa Pagkabulok by Eric Pignol. Bata Hiwaga Bansa by Sir Eugene Vasco and Chino Marlo M. Sayuno. Sir Jun Cruz Reyes for babasahin Jun Cruz Reyes. Sir Jun. Agos sa Experimental na Kwento, Antikatha by Rolando B. Tolentino and Romel B. Rodriguez. A Row of Lamps, poems by Jaime Dasca Doble. And Ang Paglalakbay ni Prinsipe Bahaghari by Aina Isabel B. Ramolete and Vladimir B. Gonzalez. Once again, everyone, the authors of the 2023 Philippine Writer Series, and then Sir Jun. Sir Jun, sige na. So yan, umabot po si Sir Jun sa ating photo op. Of course, dito hindi pwedeng maiwan. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Philippine Writer Series Authors 2023. Thank you to our authors. We now invite on stage for another photo opportunity the authors of the 2023 Philippine Translator Series. We have here Hubad by Esther Tapia, translated by Merly Alunan. Benjamin by Angel Magacong, translated by John Barrios and Fenimate Nanagonan, who's not here. Lumabay nga daw aso, isang pagsasalin sa mga katutumang awit at tatlong eknikong lingwistikong pangkat ng Romblon, translated by Sherwin M. Perlas. Ang Panginoon ng mga Alon, translated by Telesforo Songkit Jr., who is sadly no longer with us. And Sambagani Ubog by Reynaldo A. Duque. And translated by Roy V. Aragon, Julie Lazaga, and Ariel Estaba. So they are not here. Nonetheless, the titles we have mentioned are available at the UP Press booth down at the back. So please don't forget to pick up a copy. They're fresh and hot off the press. Now, as we conclude the launching of the Philippine Writers and Translator Series, await, of course, the start of the program. We have our food. We have the photo booth outside. We have other food that you can buy here inside the Jimenez Gallery. And for that, I say adieu. I mean, we'll see each other later. But nonetheless, this has been Philip Hamilla, your host this afternoon, and thank you. See you later at the UP Writers Night 2023 Homecoming.